Have you got a girl here that's about so tall, and she's got sort of auburn hair and green eyes?
Yeah.
Yeah?
About 10 of them.
No, wait a minute. This one's very slender. And she never looks as if she's walking. She sort of glides.
In 1935, Hollywood had the girl all right. She was smart, snotty, and abrasive in the most delicious way.
Ow!
Who can forget her gliding by in those pants, standing astride a man's world, and declaring she would live exactly as she chose? She made 42 movies. Periodically, the studios would declare that she was box office poison, but she'd fight her way back. Once, she even had to buy a screenplay herself, just to get this starring role. Yet the woman who fought to become a movie star insists she has the secret heart of a hermit, even now.
What did you say about death will be welcome, there are no more interviews?
Yes. I'm not good at the public life.
But why spend so many years at something that you say you're constitutionally unsuited for? Why not?
Money. It's a terrible thing to say. It's not true. No, I found it fun. I find everything fun. When you open your door and you go out and they say, "Good morning, Miss Hepburn. Good morning. You're wonderful. We love you." Well, that's very reassuring, isn't it? And when a big, great, burly truck driver passes you and says, "Hello, honey, we love you," I think that's fun.
In her new book, The Private World of Katharine Hepburn, that internal conflict about fame is right up front. First, she scares you with the hand-painted sign at Fenwick, her childhood home in Connecticut. But then she takes you into her bedroom. Hers has been a life of solitary but awesomely athletic days.
Up at 4 or 5 in the morning.
5.
A big breakfast, then a brisk swim in Long Island Sound.
I love ice water.
But 20 degrees below zero, you're out there?
Yes, I swim all year, just to irritate people.
Just to make them feel inadequate, right?
Weak. Make them feel weak.
But these days, no more daily tennis games. And this winter, she probably won't make it to the roof of her New York townhouse to shovel snow. That 1982 accident has finally taken toll on her mobility. She's had surgery, but for now, the fabled collection of sneakers and shoes sits upstairs, unused.
Now I'm a wreck. Well, I can't complain. Can I?
Somebody said getting older is not for sissies.
No, I've just discovered it, so you've got me at a bad time.
Yet, even on a bad day, friends are welcome for dinner. Early dinner.
To bed by 10 o'clock?
Oh,
True that when
no.
people come here
Bed by 8:15.
What do you do with guests who are having such
Get
a
rid
great
of them.
time?
Don't come unless you're willing to leave at 8:15.
But when she's alone at night, don't expect Hepburn to dream about her glamorous old Hollywood days. She's contemptuous of vanity. She even put this picture in her book, curling her hair at 4 a.m. She treasures the reality of life. Let the fans love the illusions.
I see this picture in the Philadelphia story costume is not the best picture in the world, and I think this is quite fun. Looks alive, and this is, no, that's a dead picture.
There's glamour. The caption on the back says, "Going to meet Howard Hughes."
Yes.
Was he a real possibility, Howard Hughes?
Now you're getting on to topics that I am not interested in discussing, so you should lay off.
Wham! The keep out sign has gone back up, and she steers us away into one of her favorite subjects.
All I'm trying to say is that there are lots of things that a man can do, and in society's eyes, it's all hunky-dory. A woman does the same thing, the same, mind you, and she's an outcast.
But Hepburn's feminism may surprise you. She cheers on working women, but saves her admiration for the women who stay at home, not for those who struggle to climb the career ladder, like she did.
I have no sympathy for any of us. None, except for the women who stay at home and take care of the children and do things that don't add to their ego. But the women who are building up their ego, like you and like me, no sympathy.
She says it's fine to have a career, but it should be done her way, unmarried, without children.
Don't torment some poor man, and don't destroy your own children. How's that for a statement? I knew exactly what life was and what a pain in the neck the children are and everything, so I avoided it all.
Some people would say not to want children because they're a bother is...
I'm honest. I'm honest. I face the facts. I missed all the things of being a woman, didn't I? I had no children.
By choice.
By choice. And I didn't know Spencer until I was 31.
Spencer Tracy.
Don't you understand what I mean? I want to marry you.
In the movies, Spencer Tracy proposed marriage several times, but off-screen, it would not be in the script. Tracy lived a separate life from his wife, but he was a Catholic and loved his children and didn't want to seek divorce. He and Hepburn were bound together by romance for life.
Would anything have been different in your life if he hadn't been married?
He was married, and his wife was a very nice woman who had spent her life taking care of a boy who was born deaf, and she had a tough situation on her hands, so it would never occur to me to moan and groan, oh, he's not mine, you know. What the hell did I have to offer him? You know, just myself.
But still, it must have taken generosity.
No, not to own him. You are mine, Bunk. Bunk, B-U-N-K.
You know, for us, it's all been great, but you know what was the best time of all? Was in the beginning when everything was a struggle and you were working too hard and worried and sometimes frightened.
Guess who's coming to dinner?
Mm-hmm.
Never seen that one.
No, I'll never see that one. I couldn't look at that picture. I might make the mistake of looking at the end of it, and then they say Spencer has absolutely killed everyone at the end of it in that speech that he made.
But you're two wonderful people who happen to fall in love. And if it's half of what we felt, that's everything.
It was their 9th movie together and their last. 15 days after the filming, he died. They had never acknowledged their relationship to the outside world, had never appeared in public together. Hepburn, still determined not to embarrass his family, didn't even attend the funeral. It's little wonder that someone who placed such value on privacy and dignity is appalled by the lack of it in movies today.
I tell you what, let's have a quick swim to brighten us up.
If you were in Philadelphia Story today, and they said, you have to do it skinny dip, you would have done it, wouldn't you?
No, I wouldn't have done it.
Not today.
No, not today,
Never.
not yesterday, and not 2 days ago. Mm-mm.
You don't think it's ever erotic and tender and nice? And...
No, I think it's erotic. Maybe to someone who's an absolute fool. I just think certain acts that we have to commit are either ridiculous or terribly unattractive, and they should be kept as secret as possible.
What is it?
The facts of life
What's the matter?
and death. The movie is one of her favorites, On Golden Pond.
When you're giving Henry Fonda that rallying cry, My Night,
Oh, is that right? I wrote that.
you wrote it?
I wrote that, My Knight in Shining Armor. You're my knight in shining armor. Don't you forget it. You're gonna get back on that horse, and I'm gonna be right behind you, holding on tight, and away we're gonna go, go, go.
It's the gift she's always giving. Words to strengthen you, like the ones she says to herself.
You're paddling your own canoe, you know. If you stop paddling, you're not going to get anywhere. And the tide is going to take you, and the waves are going to sink you. But death is extraordinary. I mean, it's just the end. It's fascinating, isn't it? Fascinating. Now, if I drop dead tomorrow, you'll say it's so extraordinary she was there. She seemed perfectly all right. She must have had a bad heart, besides a bad conscience.